George to the Hall of Fame are Phil Knight, John Thompson, and Lenny Wilkens.
Wow. Right now, I feel higher than a cloud. If you're listening closely, you can hear my heartbeat right now. But I think for the first time in my life, I'm going to slow down, smile, smell the roses, enjoy the moment, and feel good about past achievements. Ladies and gentlemen, stationed behind me are three precursors. The dictionary tells us that precursors are forerunners, persons who go before and prepare for the coming of others. And clearly, the word precursor accurately identifies these three historic individuals: Lenny Wilkens, John Thompson, Philip Knight. These are three of my living superheroes. Gentlemen, I want to thank you for honoring me with your presence this evening. And more importantly, I want to thank you for being my friends. Lenny Wilkens, for over 50 years, Lenny and I have enjoyed an authentic friendship. As a 20-year-old, Lenny welcomed me into his home in the Bedford-Stuyvesant section of Brooklyn, New York, and into his family. We played against each other in college, and from those early days to now, we remain true and authentic friends. John Thompson. John and I are contemporaries. We both grew up in what was then a predominantly black Washington, D.C. And we were introduced to the game on the concrete courts of the city and the boys' clubs around the city. I often question why God did not make us brothers, because that's how we've lived our life ever since. We've lived our lives as brothers. Philip Knight. It's my sincere conclusion that Philip Knight was Steve Jobs before Steve Jobs. He changed forever the way the athlete is perceived, how the athlete thinks, trains, performs, and succeeds. Philip, thank you for your unwavering support and your personal interest in me. Each morning, when I get out of bed, I practice a daily ritual. I sit alongside the bed and I offer myself two unique choices, and nothing else is a consideration. I offer myself two choices: that I can begin my day and be happy, or I can begin my day and be very happy. And I can say to you this evening that I'm very happy to be here amongst these historic figures and contributors to the game of basketball. And despite the fact that I set out today to be very happy, some unusual things happened to me this morning when I got up. I went to put my shirt on and the buttons fell off. I went to tie my shoes and the laces broke. I reached for my briefcase on the way out and the handle fell off. And I've been afraid to go to the bathroom all day. Needless to say, my happiness ritual was being severely tested. And at that very moment, when I was starting to grapple with whether I could make this a very happy day, I received an unusual text on my cell phone, and I want to read it to you. It says, "Good morning, this is God. I'll be handling all your problems today. I don't need your help, so have a miraculous day." And you guys didn't notice, but I saw Calipari checking his cell phone. Allow me to convey a note of incredible gratitude to the Basketball Hall of Fame Selection Committee for bestowing this noteworthy distinction on me. Thank you ever so much. And I'd like to advise you, if you're ever in LA, you're welcome at our house for a meal. My fellow Hall of Famer inductees, please know that I'm deeply thrilled and honored to share these days, these moments, this award with you. Our lives are forever interwoven, forever. Congratulations to each of you. God knows that I wish my mom, my dad, and my grandma were here tonight. They'd be so proud of me that I turned out to be somebody instead of nobody. Many years ago, my grandma told me, never forget the bridges that brought you across. And grandma's wisdom reminds me that I'm here today and that I should never lose sight of the journey. And thus I view this as a we award, and certainly never as a me award. Now, what do I mean by that? Rarely, if ever, does anyone ever achieve success by themselves. They have the benefit of others, and I am no exception. And this will never be for me an exclusively an individual award. Seated in front of me are the loves of my life. My wife, Dolores, my son, Mark, my daughter, Letitia, my grandchildren, my son-in-law. They are the people that keep me grounded, and they're a special collection of motivators for me. They keep me humble, they keep me focused, they keep me grounded. They're my truth tellers. And all of us in our lives need truth tellers. And they'll tell me the truth. They're my true believers, the pillars of strength in my life. And I thank the Lord for blessing me with such a marvelous family. And I love each one of you. Let me share a cute story with you. After I got the phone call that I was going to be selected to the Hall of Fame, when I came home from work, I said to my wife, I said, honey, did you ever in your wildest dreams think that I would receive an award like this? And she said, I think it's really wonderful that you're getting this award, but I must tell you that in my wildest dreams, you never appear. I want to get real for a minute. When I was 13 years old, I had no idea who I was, what I was capable of doing, what I wanted to do with my life. Little did I know that the first time I picked up a basketball, that basketball would transport me into a world totally foreign to me. It is against this backdrop that I was privileged to receive a scholarship to Villanova to graduate. I hooked on to the coaching staffs of Jack Kraft and the legendary Lefty Driesell. And from there, I had the privilege to be the head coach at Washington State, at Iowa, and USC. And I was fortunate to have truly magnificent assistant coaches. Many of them are here tonight. And I also had a chance to be the assistant coach under the legendary Bobby Knight in the '84 Olympics, and under the great and brother John Thompson in the '88 Olympics. And so I've had some unique opportunities in my life, and sometimes I say to myself, you've got to be the luckiest guy in the world to have so many good things happen to you. But I've been blessed. And also I had an amazing collection of assistant coaches, many of whom are here tonight, and two of them went on to win national collegiate championships. Mike Dunlap at Metro State won a Division II championship, and one of my other assistants has won 2 national championships at Division II, Mark Edwards at Washington University in St. Louis. And so I'm also proud of the amazing collection of players that I had a chance to rub shoulders with. And I'm here tonight to report to you that I learned a hell of a lot more from my players than they learned from me. And so there are a few of them here tonight, and I say thank you for allowing me to be your basketball coach. In my life, there have been 3 dominant positive factors that have helped me grow as a human being. 1 is reading, 2 is Villanova, and 3 is Nike. And I'd like to just take a moment and talk a little bit about 2 of them. I arrived at Villanova as a boy, and 4 years later, they transformed me into a responsible adult. The priests, the professors, the coaches, the players, each of them fueled me with an imagination, knowledge, and the skills, as well as the discipline, the passion, and the confidence that I needed to be somebody, when I never in my life ever believed that I would be anybody. Nike. At Nike, I earned the equivalent of a master's degree in business management, and presently I'm close to qualifying for a doctoral degree. And I sincerely believe what I've learned at Nike is the equivalent of a Harvard or Stanford Business School education. Frankly, I would say to you this evening, there's no better place in the world to work than Nike. I cannot conclude without assuring the selection committee that I accept this tribute, fully aware that accompanying this distinction are specific responsibilities, accountabilities, and obligations. And I pledge to you that I'll do my very best to be a sterling role model, and to live up to the highest standards of excellence that this award signifies. And the best way I know that is to repay the game, is to live the values that the game has taught me. And so with that, I would like to conclude by asking you to do me a favor, to say a prayer for me, because I need the prayers, and looking at this audience, you need to practice.